In 2011, friends of ours, Derek and Anthea, invited us to join them on a trip to Mabuasehube in Botswana. This was our first overland trip in many years, and the first with a little kid, as Ewan was just 2 years old at the time. Welcome to the Overland Legend. I'm Alan. Before we get into that trip, let me tell you about my 97 Defender Tdi that we travelled in. I bought my Defender 110 in Cape Town as part of a move down to the west coast, where I started a mountain bike touring business. I needed a bigger vehicle to carry guests and equipment. The 110 was perfect, giving me access to many remote and difficult spots. When not working as a tour vehicle, it was kitted out as an overlander, with the same camping setup that I used in my Defender 90. Check the link on screen for a video where I show that setup. We did a few small trips in and around the Western Cape. That's also where we did the first camping trip with our 1-year-old son at the time. We went to the Cedarburg and camped there for a few nights. By now this Defender was over 20 years old and in need of a refurb. I stripped and cleaned it, replacing the broken bits, fixing the upholstery, repainting and soundproofing it. I finished it just in time for the trip to Mabuasehube. The plan was to travel up to Springbok Pan Guest Farm to meet Derek and Anthea. Then early the next morning we could cross the border at McCarthy's Rest and head to Mabuasehube main gate. We spent 6 nights in the park, camping at Mapotulwa and Mabuasehube Pan campsites. For the route home, we took the Kokocha cut line and re-entered South Africa at Skilpatsheck border post. This was the sandy road up from Tsabong to the Mabua main gate. Mabuasehube is part of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park in southwestern part of Botswana. The park spans 2 countries and crosses into the northwestern part of South Africa. It is part of the Kalahari Desert and famous for its red sand due to the thin layer of red oxide that coats the sand grains. Kgalagadi is derived from the local Tswana language and means the great thirst. It's a semi-desert area with little rainfall and an arid savanna landscape that supports more animals than you'd think. In summer it can be extremely hot, but winter nights can be freezing cold, as we found out. The camping is very wild and remote here, which makes this such a special place. With no facilities and no fences, you are in the middle of the wild.
Daddy?
Yeah, stand there. Look at the meerkats.
They look because they look meerkats.
There's meerkats. Look at them. Can you see? Look at them.
I saw them last night.
Can you see the meerkats? Look at them. They live in a hole there.
At our first campsite at Maputulwa Pan, we didn't have any major animal sightings, but were constantly entertained by all the small creatures around the camp, with ground hornbills, yellow mongoose, and Cape ground squirrels. After a couple of days, we moved on to the Mabuasehube Pan campsite. This area is much more open, with a great view over the pan.
Wave at mommy.
You could just sit in the campsite and look out over the pan and be guaranteed of seeing something. This campsite is well known for some rather close lion encounters, so we were on our guard all the time. We could hear them but never saw them around camp. With all the game roaming around, it was no surprise that this was prime lion hunting grounds, something that we witnessed later on our way home.
Oh, there the Thames Book are running.
No. Where's my Play-Doh?
Yes, there's your Play-Doh.
Where are we now?
Camp.
Camp. What do we see here?
Animals.
What animals do we see here?
A buck.
Buck. And what other animals?
Yeah.
Eland. Did we drive?
Yes.
What did we drive in?
The Yolandi.
In the Landy.
Yes.
Where did we drive? Hey?
And the Landy.
Yes.
And the Landy.
Yes.
And the Land Rover.
Yes. Are you having fun?
Mm.
Good.
On our way back from a sunset game drive, it had already got dark and we came across this leopard casually walking in the road.
What is it?
It's a leopard.
He was heading back in the direction of our camp.
He's just out for his nightly stroll, apparently.
She just got like...
He's got tail on.
Oh, he's got a tail, yes. Can you see his tail?
There's a small tail.
Big tail.
It's a beautiful long tail.
No.
Luckily, he eventually turned off the road just before our campsite.
Highlight.
Yeah. Means something very, very close up. See, there's a grasshopper.
Our last night was freezing cold as a cold front moved through, leaving ice on our windscreen the next morning. The sun soon thawed it out and we headed home, only to find the best surprise of all. Just outside the park we came across this pride of lions that had taken down what looked like a gemsbok in the tall grass. They were still busy feeding when we found them.
Why she eat? No. Hello, lion. There's two of them over there.
There's three, isn't there? There's another one behind the other tree.
It was a real bonus and we spent quite a bit of time watching them.
Those other two.
It was a fitting end to a uniquely wild Botswana experience that makes this country such a special destination. It was just a year or two after this trip that I sold the Defender and became a Discovery owner for the first time. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.